Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To some and peace out to the rest of you. You already know who it is and who it ain't. What it is and what it ain't. It ain't your boy and it is your man, the blackest heart, the blackest mind, the blackest man on social media. Signing black in. So get your flashlights again because it's about to get a lot blacker wherever you are. And hit the share button because the messenger is more important. The message is more important than the messenger. I don't know why I was going to get that one backwards. So here's the deal, y'all. Getting straight to it. One of the major barriers to us getting this message across, like I've been saying we need to do, is the ad hominem attacks that they have. And again, I don't say that we need to really address these for our own personal benefit. Those of you listening, you already know what it is. I couldn't turn around and convince you otherwise. If I became completely a blue pill simp tomorrow, you all would not say, oh, well, I'm going to follow him like I've been following him. You wouldn't say that because I'm not a leader anyway. What you would say is, oh, this chickaboo done fell off. This shine done took some kind of powerful drugs. Or maybe he got a job as a highly paid porn actor or something. You would look and say, no. We know this is not true. And you would be right. So what I'm saying here is that you know what it is. And therefore, you're not the one that necessarily needs to be convinced per se. You just need someone to help you notice details you haven't noticed. And you need to help others notice details they haven't noticed. What we must do, though, as I've said, is we must reach these younger males, boys and men. We must reach them, and one of the major barriers to this is the ad hominem attacks of the gynocracy and the sisterhood and the matriarchy. Now, one thing I remember from learning how to box and from some self-defense class I took as a kid, one thing I do remember some people telling me that they weren't supposed to was, you use weapons that are suitable counter weapons to the ones you know your opponent has. Now, if they're only coming with fist, y'all are just boxing, then that means y'all have to just have strategies for each other. But let's say that you got to deal with someone that's bigger than you, right? And it's one of the reasons I can't tell y'all who I am, because I may have to use this in real life if y'all knew who I was. But if you know that I'm the one that knows this in real life, then it wouldn't work. Let's say your opponent's bigger than you, and that's how it usually comes. Somebody picking a fight with you is usually bigger than you. Or they know something you don't. That's why a lot of times we don't react the way we think we would in a case like that. You're looking around like, this dude's prepared. Or he got somebody hiding somewhere as soon as I go off. He didn't just walk into this unprepared. And I didn't know what I was walking into. That's part of why. It's not always cowardice, it's just good thinking. Because you got to counter strategize. But when your enemy comes in and they're bigger than you, normally, one of the things you got to do is you got to use their confidence against them. You don't try to convince them you're bigger than you are. You convince them that you're more harmless than you are. You convince them that you're an abject coward, scared as hell. And when they're convinced of it, you uppercut them and continue and don't let up. And also identify, while you pretending to be a coward, identify something that can be used as a weapon. If they start, you counterattack them, you launch into them, and when they decide they're going to swing on you, you duck, you grab that, and you do what you can with it. Fight to win. Because if they're bigger than you and they're picking a fight, they don't deserve to have a chance to brag about it anyway. They really don't deserve to live when they're that kind of cowards. So you got to use a weapon similar to or a weapon suitable to counter your opponent's weapons. Well, we know what their weapons are. That's a good thing. We've heard the same ad hominem attacks already, have we not? It's time we come up with our own and spread them to each other. Here's what we do. The first one is when they start saying, well, you're just mad, or they say something like, who hurt you? You simply say, well, who told you that we were never going to figure this out? That's what you ask them. Who told you we weren't going to figure out the games? And that's what you say. Or you even say to them, who told you that every time a man figures it out, somebody hurt them? Another one is when they say, well, you're just mad that you didn't get to smut out like somebody else did. You just mad because you didn't get none when you were young. You say, not really. Or you could even say, if I was, so damn what? Either way, you respond with, you're just upset somebody figured out the game. You're upset that the cat's out the bag. You're upset that not every man is blind to what they were blind to before. And they say something like, well, you're just scared to talk to him. And you say, no, but you're just scared of having to meet standards like men have to. As a matter of fact, if they say who hurt you, the best thing to say is actually, no, I didn't go through any more than anybody else did. But my question is, what are you hiding? Because see, they're hiding something. We already know that. And hell, see, Boogie told us what they're hiding. Doubts, fears, and insecurities. The very same things they're telling you that you better not have at all in your life, even to a reasonable level as a man, or you're not a man. But they got these things, and they wear a mask to hide it. So they wear a mask to hide exactly that which they're telling you you better never have it. It automatically disqualifies you from any woman. And that's part of the game, and you can use that against them too. And you can simply say, what are you hiding? Don't ask me who hurt me. Tell us what you're hiding. Who told you you wouldn't have to meet the standards that a man has to meet for you? That's all. When they start to defending the thoughts that we're talking about, you say, well, you're just defending thoughts because you want to be one if you're not one already. When they say just admit that you don't like women or you don't like black women or you don't like your mother or something like that, you say you just admit that you can't love a man like you want men to love you. Here's some more, guys. Just say you see men as tools to throw away when you're done. Just admit you're for sale, but you don't want to be owned. Just admit you want to be the boss while he pays the cost. Just admit you want one man to pay you to do another man you would already do for free. Just admit you want to be a young hoe and an old housewife, and you demand the right to be both. Just admit you're not prepared to make the normal tough choices anyone has to make in life. Just admit you believe that you should make bad decisions and deal with no consequences. Just admit you hate men for having junk because you don't value the junk God gave you. Just admit that you not only want one man to pay you to do another man you do for free, just admit that when you get older, you want that same man to pay you to pay the other guy you do for free to do you. Just admit you hate men that you don't want to do. Just admit that you know you're full of games and you can't respect a man that doesn't see those games. But you can't stand a man who sees them and tells someone else about them. These are some of the ad hominem attacks, counterattacks I can think of. Listen, gentlemen, here's what's important. You can take the ones that I just mentioned, whichever one you like, run with it, man. Share it, spread it. But more importantly, dudes, underneath here, put your own. This is important. We need to share these things with each other. Even though this is in fact, even though this is in fact a public YouTube channel, I understand, and the video's public too. I'm not hiding it. What is important, gentlemen, is that we have them. Because see, we already know theirs. And some of you may say, well, they're going to be on here looking at ours anyway. Okay, well, look, we got Facebook groups. We got Black Junction. I'm not hard to find on Black Junction. You can ask some of my subscribers for the link to the group. The point I'm making is that we can share this here, or we can share these ad hominem counterattacks with each other in these secret group, whatever the case is. Point is, we got to share them. And again, it's not for the ones of us who know what's going on. It is for the benefit of the young males listening. Because these ad hominem attacks do silence them because they don't know of any counterattacks. Whereas their sisters, their lady cousins, even their younger sisters and their younger lady cousins and their younger aunts, or nieces, Even they do know these ad hominem counterattacks from the time they start middle school. They know. They start middle school off with this. Oh, just say this, just say that, just admit this. And they start cutting into you personally to try to discredit you because the message can't be discredited. So they know the tactic from a young age. Consciously or subconsciously, they're going to use it, and it works because the men are not, the young boys, let alone the grown men, are not told, hey, man, this is how we defeat that. We're telling the truth, and this is why they don't want you to say anything about it. Now, we know what to say. Put this out there because young cats are listening. We can't stop them from seeing these things on YouTube. I can say my videos ain't made for kids, but that doesn't stop them. And share them with the younger relatives you have. Thank you for listening. Black Heart, Black Mind, Black Out. Assalamu alaikum and black heterosexual and non-select male power just because they don't like it. And black patriarchy until extinction or judgment day.